Good afternoon and welcome back to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori, and today we have on the founder and president of the Community Warmth Project joining us on the show.
Hello, Danny. Thank you very much for having me here. My name is Keisha, and I am in charge of this great, crazy, eclectic group of human beings who are working very hard through one act of kindness at a time to make the world a better place and building a community as they do so. I am very, very lucky to have this group of people behind me doing all of these things to help make the world a better place.
And you've expanded exponentially the last few years. It began, like you said, it was Chase the Chill before, and now it's this Community Warmth Project, and you are just becoming a nonprofit.
Yes. We started back in 2015. We were inspired by Susan Huxley of Easton, Pennsylvania, who began the Chase the Chill, the original movement. And then it spread out to different places. We originally started as just a group of people who were going to meet once a year in the street outside my brother's table and do this, we call it a scarf bomb. We also do gloves and hats and things like that. But we were going to do it one time a year. We were going to walk in, walk out, and be done, and get ready for the next year. It did not work like that. Every time we do a scarf bomb, we discover some kind of thing that makes us say, we could do more, we could do better, we can do something about this with what we do. And so as the years go by, we grow. This year, we're super excited because not only are we turning into a nonprofit, which will be named the Community Warmth Project, we're also the very lucky recipients of one of the Creative Cities grants. And with that grant, we are going to host the biggest scarf bomb that we've done in Lynn since then. We'll have between 1,440 scarves and 2,000 scarves to hang. Oh. We're going to meet in the middle of downtown Lynn, under the bridge, and we are going to split into groups, and we're going to walk out all of the streets hanging scarves as we go. And they will have a little sign that says in multiple language, "Take me," and they'll have a spot on the front of the card for the person who made the scarf to do some kind of a good wish. So you might say, where are you getting these scarves from? That's a lot of scarves. And
yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, hey, that's a lot.
That is a lot of scarves. And with the money from the grant, we were able to buy fleece, and we can do what I'm calling a make and take workshop. We're going to invite the community in to take, and we're going to give them a yard of fabric. We're going to teach them how to make a no-sew scarf. When they leave, they can take one of the scarves that they made with them. Each yard makes 3 or 4 scarves. They can take one, and the rest they will leave with cards on them with their well wishes for the people. We will use those scarves to Scarf Bomb Central Square.
So you make all of them?
We make the majority of what we do. We have some people who have been with us helping since the beginning who aren't crafters, but who are excellent shoppers, or some things are just some things are a pain to make. I don't know if you've ever knit, but try knitting gloves with all those little fingers, and it will quickly break your will. 10 individual little tubes, no thank you. So we buy things like gloves and mittens and things like that, but we do have people who make lots of different things and buy lots of different things. Mm-hmm.
And you were even saying before we got on, it's a huge collaborative effort. You can't do what you do without all these volunteers and people.
That, I can't say that enough. If I tell my people that if their ears are ringing, it's because I'm out there talking about them somewhere. I'm lucky that I get to do what I do. But I only get to do it because of the hundreds of people who stand behind me and make it possible. They are really the lifeblood of everything, and they make it possible, and I'm very blessed to be able to be their spokesperson.
And an additional thing you do is, which is unique, is you can help teach people how to knit. 'Cause I personally, I have no idea how to do it. I have no idea what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. So that's a unique thing too. Yeah,
we meet almost every Saturday. We have a room at the Grace United Methodist Church on Broadway, which they let us have very nicely. So we meet there, and we have a knit, crochet, craft circle. I don't care which one you do. You can come hang out, bring your project. And if you want to learn how to knit, people can come down. We will teach you the basics, and then you can sit and be in like the supportive crowd of women who have been exactly where you are, who will let you like do what you need to do to learn, but will be there to help you if you want to, you know, if you have a problem and you need it fixed. Because I like to say that with knitting, there are two things you do when you're knitting. You learn to knit, and then you knit. And there are a lot of people who learn to knit, but never actually knit. So we try to do both of them, so that way we're giving them the support that they need to start their new healthy hobby.
And for anyone who's looking to get involved, in addition to the knitting, what are other ways things or people could do?
Well, that is a great question, and there are, yeah, I'm about to go plural, so I'm going to go with are. There are many things that people can do, from making signs to helping us translate signs to other languages, to helping us put our Facebook posts into other languages. You can come down, learn to knit. You can come take one of our make and take workshops at Grace. You can just tell your friends, hey, they're doing this, and then be a collection point for items if you'd like. Or you can just come hang out and figure out if there's something else you want to do. There's always something, even tagging things, folding things, sorting things, carrying things. If you want a job, we've got one.
If you want to get involved, you can, right?
Exactly.
And you also mentioned in your thing, too, that you work with Leo Head Start as well, another organization.
Yes. The first year that we were out doing our Scoff Bomb, one of the things that we noticed was that there were too many kids that were out without gloves, hats, scarves, on days when I personally would have wrapped myself up in a blanket, like before I went out if I could have. And we just wondered, like, how can we get to people, especially young and vulnerable kids, before they're out? Because these aren't kids whose parents are doing a terrible job. Like, these are people who had to make a choice and leave the house that day. They didn't have the option to stay home like some people do. Mm-hmm. And the way we came to do that was through Leo, because we saw that they had posted something. So we reached out, and it's been an excellent relationship. Leo does amazing things for the community and for the kids, and we're happy to be able to give them some of the items that they need to make that happen.
And I'll ask you too, I probably should have asked this earlier, but how did you originally get involved in the organization?
I was sitting on my couch minding my own business, and my friend Michelle Coleman had seen a posting on Facebook for Chase the Chill Winnipeg, and she sent me a message and she said, hey Keisha, you should do this. And I was like, I'll think about it. At first I was like, no, but then I had the vision of My Brother's Table and how the street around My Brother's Table was the shelter and that. So I reached out to a couple of my friends who are, well, just like me. And I said, you want to? And I put the link, and they said yes. So we started, and off we went. And now this is what happened.
Look at you all these years later becoming even bigger organization. And one thing I thought you say it's cool with the scarf bombs, because you actually like kind of decorate with them too. You don't just sort of go out and leave them in piles. You do like decorate.
Oh yeah, we every scarf is tagged with an item that says "Take me, I'm yours." This year we're going multi-language, so it'll say "Take me" in the languages of Lynn, as many as we can fit on the back of the card. And then we look for places like fences and poles and trees and just anything that will not cause an obstruction in any way, shape, or form, or cause unsafe things. But we look, and by the time we're done, it's this colorful wash and wave of things. It's pretty incredible, and it's fun. So come on down if you have the day free. And we're going to be starting at 9 o'clock on December 2nd with our first one of the year.
You say you go out there and you see how great the need is. You may think, oh, this is a lot to put out, but they're always taken.
They are. Somebody asked me before what we do with the leftovers. Right, and when we do have leftovers, it's like a hat and a scarf, like a sock that got separated from the other sock. But if we do have something left over, we always go back at the end of the day and we check and see what's left outside. We bring it in if we have to. It's very rarely that we have to bring anything in. But we just make and collect all year long so that we can go in cycles. And my only goal every year is to end a winter season, because we count in winter seasons. So we're talking about winter 2023, 2024. Yeah. But for the previous season, we start with nothing, so shelves were empty. We want to get everything that we can out while it still makes sense, and then we just go with the wave.
Mm-hmm. I know you recently hosted another knitting session too. Like I said, you takes you the whole year to create or get all the things that you give out.
Yes. It is a very long labor of love. Up until recently, I did it from my house. And I realized last year that this was going to be the last time I could do it at my house, because I'd start at like the end of March with nothing in that room. And by the time it came to do a scarf bomb, it would just be like I'd have to go in and take out a layer so I could get to a layer behind it. It was pretty incredible. If I took a picture of the room, you'd be like, oh, you should be on Hoarders. But, maybe I should still be. I don't know. But we have a bigger space now, more space. And I don't have to worry so much about my guest bedroom being the only guests in my guest bedroom are scarves, gloves, socks, and essentials for other people.
Yeah.
Now we're at the Grace United Methodist Church. We meet almost every week there on Saturdays between 9 and 1. And we create, we craft, we collaborate, we figure stuff out, and we try to figure out how to bring connection, warmth, and goodness to the world.
You are definitely doing that with your mission so far. And before I wrap it up, was there anything that I hadn't asked you about or anything else you wanted to add with the organization?
I think we've talked about a lot of things, and I just want to one more time say that it is only possible because of the people who make it possible. They are the people that you're seeing in the photos from this. They have put so much dedication and passion into what they do, and I'm very lucky to be able to go out and be the face or the mind or the mouth behind that. So thank you to my Windshield Warriors for your graciousness and your generosity.
We'll say thank you to you for coming on and for everyone in the organization for all the fantastic work that they do.
Thank you very much, Danny, and thanks for having us today. And I say us because I am, again, surrounded by lots of people who make this possible.
Yes, of course, and thank you for coming on. And once again, I'm Danny Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown, and we'll see you next week with more guests.